pressure on myself to like, oh, like book something right, or I have so many things happen at once just to prove that like I should be doing this.
You cannot control the reaction, but you can control how you react to it.
That's true.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, literally like looking at myself in the mirror and like talking to myself. I feel like that's actually really effective.
It's our first podcast. Please be gentle.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more happy because the first guest I have is the beautiful, gorgeous Jessica Lam, and she was also the first person I connected with when I started my creative journey, when I joined film school. So the topic of today is actually, it gets me very excited because I chose self-doubt. And according to our resource, ChatGPT,
Yes.
self-doubt, it's the feeling of uncertainty or lack of confidence in one's abilities. So I want to ask you if you have felt self-doubt. Mainly, I want to talk about like your experience going from, you did journalism and then you decided to go on acting. So I wanted to ask you about that journey.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm honored to be like the first guest here today. But yeah, journalism, I was in and I really enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed studying it. I studied at U of T, and then I was in it for a bit. Like I wrote articles and stuff, and I really enjoyed reading and writing. I still do, and I just love storytelling in general. But I did do like theater in high school, so I stopped after high school for a bit, when I went to university and everything. But then it was like something that I kind of really wanted to go back to, and I kept thinking about it even when I was doing like other jobs and other stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe I should give it a try. Like I would love, like, I keep seeing like open casting calls or stuff where I'm just like, I kind of want to give it a shot. Like, oh, I could, but I feel like I don't have a foot in the door. I don't even know where to start for that. And I was like, okay, I think I would need some sort of like credentials or something in order to like get like an agent. Like I knew I would need an agent in order to be submitted for certain roles that I thought were like really cool. And then so that's what made me like enroll and like apply for Toronto Film School, and then that's how the whole thing started. So now I kind of have both, so I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's crazy because both careers are creative in their own way.
Yeah.
And also it's very interesting because I feel like we tend to see self-doubt as something negative, and I think it's negative when it becomes a habit, but sometimes self-doubt also makes you move.
Yeah.
So sometimes those moments in where you are more sensitive about things, you finish a career and you don't know, those moments make you make choices and changes.
Exactly.
And I feel sometimes it makes you grow.
Yeah.
But also, how is your life as an actor right now?
It's like, yeah, definitely. I feel like it's a lot of self-doubt. Actually, I had like self-doubt when I was in journalism as well. Not just in like, I feel like, like imposter syndrome. That's like, I definitely had that there. I also have that here and now. It's like wherever you go, I feel like it's not something that you can really escape, especially when you first started out. And I mean, in a way, self-doubt was kind of what also drove me to acting as well, because I was like, doubt in like, not just like in like feeling like an imposter, like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but eventually you like pick it up. But also it's like, is this really like what I want to be doing for the rest of my life? Like I do enjoy, but like, is this like something like where I don't even want to try anything else yet? But that's what like kind of drove me to do as well. But I don't know, in terms of acting, it's like there definitely is a lot of like self-doubt with like, like we audition for so many things, as and then a lot of times like you don't even really hear anything back, and then that's when you assume that you didn't really get it or whatever. But it's like a lot of times it's like, unless I guess you could reach out and ask like why, like, or like what's the reason. Like for me, like I'm not really sure if there's something I'm doing wrong in particular, or if it's just like you can just get lucky. Like, did they even see my self-tape? Maybe I should be doing something differently to stand out, kind of thing. But yeah, and like it's like self-doubt, like I'm not even sure. But as long as like I know that I'm doing something that I think works for me, or like I'm proud of, kind of thing, like where I felt like I really put in a lot of effort, then that's kind of how I can kind of quash the self-doubt, but I don't know, a lot of times. Yeah,
it's harder.
Yeah, is it the same for you?
I feel like rejection plays a huge part.
Yeah.
Especially as an actor, and even in any career, like I feel like when you don't hear anything back, you start doubting yourself. But for that, I just realized that for me it works to remind me who I am. And I feel that's a very powerful tool for everything in your life, you know? Like, like knowing yourself is one of the most powerful tools that you have. Because that second, when you start like second guessing or doubting yourself, if you know your weakness, your strengths, who you are, you can kind of go back. Because at the end of the day, we cannot rely on what other people say about us or other casting directors of a job.
Yeah.
Because that cannot be our whole resource of self-esteem. And I feel like self-esteem plays a huge part in like self-doubt, you know? Like, it's actually very interesting because what do you think are like, I know everyone like has self-doubt at some point of their life, but do you think there are people that are more prone to it, and why?
I guess like it's true, like if you're not really secure in like what you're doing yourself kind of thing, then you could be more prone to like thinking like you're just doubting like everything, or like feeling like you need someone to like give their approval or validation or something in order for it's like like I need, it's almost in every field I feel it's like it's like, but everyone has their own job. No one has like all the time to be like, you're doing this right or you're doing this right. But it's like if you know that you're doing a good job and you're doing what needs to be done, I feel like but in terms of acting, I guess it's different. Like that's what I was saying, like with just feeling like proud of myself, like even just going to classes, seeing like how else I can improve in terms of self-tapes and stuff. Like if I'm doing everything I can do, then that's really all I can do. So like but I
totally feel that like if you take self-doubt in a positive way and use it as a method of improvement and know how else you can do, it can help you, but if not, it can harm you. Yeah,
because you really can't stop like those thoughts, or you can't stop yourself from feeling like less confident or less motivated if you feel like you're not like booking anything or whatever.
I feel like you can.
Yeah.
I feel like you can control, like you cannot control the rejection, but you can control how you react to it.
That's true.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes like as soon as you feel those, it's like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I don't know how to like. I guess it can put you in a bit of a slump, but yeah, that's true. You can try to work towards like controlling your thoughts and like trying to like controlling or the way you react to it kind of thing.
Of course. I feel like also something very important, it's self-talk. So I want to ask you, how do you manage? How is your self-talk?
Actually, I heard this thing, it's like, it's so true though, like, it's like, you can like, like literally like try to talk to yourself kind of thing, but if you look at your reflection in the mirror kind of, and then you start to, I tried that once, I was like, oh my god, because it feels like you're talking to someone else but yourself, but you're also talking to yourself. It's like you're actually having a conversation with yourself, and then like just saying like positive affirmations to yourself about it. Actually, like for me, it really did boost my confidence. It felt different because I always thought of it as like, oh, I'm just sitting here, I'm just gonna talk to myself, but it doesn't feel real unless I like look at myself and I can see myself in the mirror. But yeah, I feel like that actually really helps, like some sort of pep talk like that. But yeah, just knowing like if you prepare and you're going kind of confident on like what you're doing, like you try to be as prepared and as confident as you can be. But yeah, that's what I try to do. But yeah, it's literally like looking at myself in the mirror and like talking to myself. I feel like that's actually really effective.
Look, I should try it.
Yeah, try it, because it's so like, I was like, oh yeah, this should, like I kind of dismissed it, but I tried it and I was like, wow.
Sometimes you know what I do? Like some people, for some people it works to write. But for me, sometimes I just take a voice note to talk with myself.
Yeah, that's
it actually kind of works very well.
Yeah, it's so weird like listening, because it's like you're listening to your voice.
I don't listen to them.
Oh, okay.
I just delete.
Yeah, but if I ever hear myself, I'm like, whoa, that's how I sound. But also, like,
hey,
no, like,
we're talking about positive.
Yeah, we're positive. Talk. But then I'm like, that is how I sound, which is nice. No, that's how I sound. But it's like, oh, but like, I don't know. Then it's like you can kind of step outside of yourself, and it's like, this is the way I form words, the way I like form my thoughts, kind of thing. it's actually really like empowering when I like listen back to it, because it's like not just me saying something and then just not remembering what I said. I'm like literally listening to myself talk, and I'm like, oh wow, I have these thoughts, and like, yeah, and this is how I sound like, kind of thing.
Totally.
It's cool.
You know what? Other thing I think it's very essential, especially in the field that we are, to have a support system.
Oh yeah.
Like people who gets you and understand you.
Yeah.
Because it's not an easy path.
No, definitely not. I definitely could not deal with like the support of like family and friends, and like just have everyone like fellow actors, everyone just like supporting and giving like advice if you need, kind of thing. But
yeah, me too. Actually, like having just people who go through the same stage in life as you, or people who just gets you. I feel it's very important in those moments.
That's true.
Because it's very easy to lose it sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can't imagine if like someone, I don't know, it's like just having like, even like my parents have been very supportive as well. Just knowing that like if one of them, like I don't know, even one of them was just like, oh, like no, I don't think so. That would make me like self-doubt even more, because it's just like would it be worth it, kind of thing, or like putting pressure on myself to like book something right, where I have so many things happen at once just to prove that like I should be doing this. But like realistically, like we we can only try as hard as we can for auditions and stuff, like whether or not we book it, like it's it's kind of out of our control. So it shouldn't, like our success in that shouldn't determine like whether or not this is something we should continue. Like for me, like you talked about rejection before, and that's totally true. I went into it like film school and everything knowing that the rejection rate is very high. Like, it's not you're gonna just book everything that you auditioned for realistically, kind of thing. But I was prepared for that. I was just like, this is something I want to try so badly that I'm willing to like get rejected so many times just on the chance that like I can book something or like just even be a part of a project that I really love, and I'm willing to go through that rejection kind of thing to do it. And actually that makes me feel a lot better about myself.
You should be very proud about
it. So I don't get as discouraged, kind of thing, in terms of that. And I don't feel like if I'm not motivated, then I just feel like, oh, like it's okay, like I'll just give it my best shot still, and then I'll think more about like the story and the character and that, because I love storytelling. So I'll just focus more on that. Whatever happens after that is like I can't really control all
I love
that
thing that you said about giving your best shot, because sometimes I feel that self-doubt comes a lot with self-sabotaging.
Yes.
And that's very common, and sometimes people don't make their best effort because they are afraid that they're not gonna get it. So at least if they don't get it, it's because they didn't make enough effort.
Oh, that's so real. That's so real. I totally feel that. So then it's like, oh, like it's because I didn't try my hardest, not because I tried my hardest and still didn't. But like even if we try our hardest, like it doesn't like, and it's like our best, like we give our best take, we give our best performance. It doesn't mean that like we might not get cast for a number of reasons. That's nothing to do with whichever. So it definitely like give it a best
I
shot.
feel that is why it's very important, as I said before, to know yourself. I have self-awareness, because you can identify those moments in where you self-sabotage. Sometimes I am doing something and I'm like, damn, I am self-sabotaging myself. Like I am my worst enemy.
But sometimes it's like you don't even realize it. Like I realize it's like, oh, I'm gonna put in effort, and then I do it, and I'm like, I did not put in as much effort as I thought I would, just because I was just like, oh, the chances are pretty low. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm, but then it's like, okay, no, I have to snap out of it. Like just doing the work, like doing. Like when we learn like all the character stuff, just trying to some intention, like will probably make all the difference, instead of just feeling like I have to get this done. Because I don't want to feel like that at all for any of this, because this is like I feel like it's such a like I used to like wish to get like I don't know auditions and like to submit, like that's all I even wanted, like just a chance to like audition for something. So it's like I feel like I really can't take it for granted, kind of thing. So I'll like I'll like shoot all the way for like every single thing, every opportunity.
That's also like I feel other side, it's like perfectionism. And some people like they are even so perfectionist that they don't even try because they know it's not gonna be perfect. And that's also has happened that to you before?
I feel like That's so true, because I feel like you know, the thing of like projects that you might get like a callback on is never really one that you expect. Like even if it's one that you think that you tried, like you did it perfect. Oh, this is like perfect to my standards or whatever. Like sometimes like maybe you won't even get like a response back or whatever. They decide to go with someone else. But sometimes there are literally like auditions that you know, that I've done, and it's just like, oh, I didn't think that like this was my best one, but I did try my hardest. But then like, and then that's the one that they want to see you back for, at least for like a callback or something. Like you can never tell. But yeah, perfectionism is like we don't know what exactly they have in mind.
Yeah.
We just gotta see, like, give our best interpretation.
How has been your experiences during callbacks?
Oh, I really enjoyed them. Really enjoyed them. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, it's another chance for me to like explore more into like the character or something. Some of them have been like virtual, like over Zoom. Some of them have been like in person, which is really cool. But yeah, like the ones where I just get to like take the notes that they give it. Actually, I feel like it kind of tests me, kind of. Especially because it's like, it just feels, somebody like the directors just throw something at you and then you just have to do it in the way that they say. And I actually find it's very fun. You know, you just can let loose and just give it your all, because like you don't even know, like they want to see you again after that. You don't know what's gonna happen after that. So might as well just like give like your best of what they want from you, kind of thing. And yeah, they've like, I forget, I'm trying to remember one where it's like, for one, I think it was like a short film when they asked me to do it like more like mean or something. I was like, oh wow, I get to like hold this side, which I didn't know that the character, you know, like was kind of like that. So I just
I get to be mean.
Yeah, I get to be mean. And they were like, I was like yelling. It was over Zoom though, so it was like so it was just like,
oh, the house, like,
yeah,
that's okay.
It was like, well, I warned everyone, so it's okay. But yeah,
it turned off.
Damn.
Well,
it's okay. It's okay. The pandas. But yeah, but but it was like, it was fun to do, kind of thing. But yeah, it just happens, like, I find that they're almost like a blur, kind of, the experience, like the auditions, especially when they're there in person. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it just, so I just like try to take advantage of it.
You know, auditions remind me I did competitive swimming.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
Oh,
like,
really?
The competitions just feel like a blur.
Yeah, because it just happens so fast. Maybe it's not as fast as it feels, but it feels really fast, like, to me. I'm like, oh, it's suddenly over.
There are some parts that I don't even remember.
Yeah, damn. Yeah.
But I want to think that is because I was into it.
Yeah.
In character
it's like
at the moment.
Yeah. The adrenaline rush too. It makes everything feel like that or something like that. That's true. Yeah, you're in the moment.
Do you have any like reward after you do an audition, or like a treat? To maybe like celebrate yourself?
Yeah, I think it's like no, just chill out a little bit, have a little, especially if it's something's like pretty hardcore or whatever. It feels like, like those adrenaline's pumping and all that kind of thing. And then I just, it's like, maybe get something to eat. I need food. I need the sustenance kind of thing. But yeah. But how are your experiences with your like auditions and stuff like that? Is it the same thing where you feel like,
I feel it's blurred. Yeah. Lots of adrenaline.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. That's it.
Yeah. How's your ritual for auditions? Like, do you have, or preparing a character?
I try to do like it depends on what, especially if it's like a film or a series or something like that. Then I feel like the backstory is pretty important. But sometimes they give that kind of thing in the breakdown. But like other times I feel like it's really good to go through like even the details that like maybe you won't even have to worry about, but it really like makes the character feel real to me. And just doing as much work as I can. I always find that even if I feel like I didn't even bring that into the actual audition when I do it, because again, it's all a blur, or even if for a self-tape, it's just I'm doing so many takes again and again, and I'm not even sure but actually I feel like it does stick in my mind a little bit, like the backstory that I came up with or any of that, and it actually makes it like the choices like different, so it's not like I'm doing the same thing in every take or whatever. So yeah, I think like really preparing, like I actually like to write out like answer the questions of what time is it, like where are they, who's around them, all that, like even going to detail really helps like like for me to think about the character. I would become the character, I guess.
Totally.
But yeah.
And also like making choices and everything.
Yeah.
You know, that reminded me to what we were talking earlier about like actors who portray real persons in movies.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
And we were talking about the movie The Apprentice. That I told you that Sebastian Stan portrayed Trump.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like
it's oh my god.
Yeah,
such
I can't.
A challenge.
Yeah, and I think I remember telling you I was like, I can't even imagine like, you know, with someone who's real, like how I would even approach like playing someone like that. That's just I feel like that's so cool. And then definitely the character, you have all the details of their lives.
I feel like it's good because you have a reference. I would probably be more worried if the character is still living.
Yes!
Because,
so
true. Maybe if it was dead.
Like, would I be allowed to speak with him? Like, hey, please tell me, like, you know, guide me, like, in the way that you would, so that I do a good portrayal of your life.
You have to be very detailed because it's not just the physicality, it's the way they talk, they express, like, everyone has, like, mannerisms. Yeah. But I don't know. It would be very interesting.
Yeah, it would be so cool. Yeah, obviously it seems like seeing right now. It seems like wow. It seems so hard, but I feel like obviously it's very like you put in all the work and you like prepare, and I think it's like it would be a very cool experience.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Changing of topic. The news about that some casting directors look for your social media following.
Oh, yeah, like, I don't know, because it's like, what if if someone's a little more private and, you're not on social media as much? It seems like, I understand, though, like, because they want, someone who will be able to promote the film as well.
Yeah, they have an audience.
Yeah, exactly. But, but I feel like if it was all just based on, like, the follower count, I'm not sure. It seems like a lot of, like, like pressure to have like a big presence on social media, kind of.
It's also like I feel like there is these stereotypes that all actors are extrovert and going.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of really good actors are introverts.
Yeah.
And that's their power, and they're very self-reflective,
and that's how they're able to like do the work and stuff, right? So, but if they're introvert, are they big on social media? I don't know, like, kind of thing.
It's incredible.
But yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree because it's like there are a lot of actors who are not like totally like for me. I'm not like I wouldn't consider myself like an extrovert, like trying but I feel like it's hard. Kind of
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in between. Sometimes I can be very introvert, but sometimes I just speak.
Yeah. No.
It depends if I feel comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Or like the in between, like the ambivert kind of thing, like where like I don't consider myself like a huge where I like everyone like a huge group kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But I do like to socialize like and talk to people, and then that's how you get like all those experiences that can help you and your acting as well. But there are a lot of like actors who are introverts, and they're doing amazing as well. So I guess it depends on the way that your technique, the way you prepare, kind of thing.
What actor do you admire?
What actor? I really love I feel like Andrew Garfield. Like I watched quite a lot of his work, and I feel like he's so different when he like portrays like different characters. The way that he prepares. Oh, I love the way that he talks about the roles that he's done, and he talks about it in such a way that's like he's so like grateful for the opportunity to like learn something that he never would have learned if he didn't have like that role, and like the way he prepares kind of thing, and he's like he's very gracious when he talks about that kind of. And I was like, wow, this is like I feel like this should be like my intention. Like if I instead of just thinking of it as like, oh, this is a character, it was like what like go more into the world and like what do I want to take from it personally, so it doesn't just feel like I just want to be in this, but like I want to take something.
That's actually an amazing intake. And I feel like I don't know what I have taken from this conversation is it's to enjoy the process and remember why we are here for, because sometimes it's so easy to just get caught up. Oh, I want to get this. I want to get this. Like, it's also about like what you learn from every character that you portrayed.
Exactly.
And remember that it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that intake. Tell me more.
Well, also, so there's this. No, I was gonna say, yeah. Except for I just love the experience of like auditioning or just like being like exploring like the character or the story or something, or even like having the opportunity to like write my own stories, like learn how to write scripts for films and stuff like that. Like even if I'm not like if I produce something in the future and even if I'm not in it, but like just getting other actors to be in, just telling the story, I think that's really cool. Like I don't, I love that.
Do you feel like journalism help you or has helping you or in your career because of the storytelling side? Like maybe you can comprehend the stories in a different way? Yeah,
definitely, because it's like even in journalism itself, like depending on like what you're writing for, like if it's TV news or if it's like an article online, or like I even try writing for like print newspaper which is like different because you have to use less words because of the way that's formatted on the actual paper. Back when I was in school for that, but and then to go to film school, and then now you're writing like dialogue, or you're writing like action lines kind of thing. That's like a different way of telling the story. Yeah, so I think like before I had to like. And we also learned how to write for like social media and stuff, and that's different. So just telling a story, telling one story, you can tell like many different times depending on like the medium that you're using. I think it definitely helped because that's what I had to do in journalism, and then like I try to adapt that to like film, and I really enjoyed it. I really want to learn that too. That's also why I was like interested in getting into it. And then like just reading scripts and stuff. Like another way of like telling a story, I think is really cool. So journalism really helped with that, I think.
How was your experience at acting school?
So it was great. I loved it. Yeah, it was just like getting me out of my comfort zone as well, and then at the same time getting to like really like I feel like I'm stretching my brain out trying to think of like different way different stories and different when we had to like pitch stories and stuff like that. I feel like I was like. So it wasn't just that, like, we were just given stuff, and I had to, like, kind of, like, it's not about, like, really memorizing it or whatever. It's just, like, trying to really find, like, the story in each thing.
And also
that's what I really
being in front of the camera every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Which is quite interesting because I heard that, or I read somewhere, that one of the biggest fear in the world is public speaking. Even more than that.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very nerve-wracking because it's like you're being perceived by many people at once and you don't know, like, especially if you're not really comfortable. But learning to get comfortable in front of the camera is also, I feel like that's the most I've watched myself on camera kind of thing, because usually the most I'll watch is maybe like, just a little video you take on your phone or something. Like, I don't really watch myself like you're watching yourself acting like on a monitor or something. That's like, well.
And sometimes it can also be a very vulnerable experience.
Exactly.
To be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But it's something that you practice and you have to get used to, I guess.
Exactly.
Like, we were nervous for this.
Exactly. But that's so true. Because, now it's like not lines, this is ourselves, this is our own thoughts, this is what we're
exposing us.
Exactly.
It's our first podcast, please be gentle.
Yeah, exactly. we're just yapping. Actually,
we talked about this before. We were like, just having a conversation, like a...
Yeah, I remember. This is how our conversations go, though.
Yeah, and we were like, we should make a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Like back and forth, like, going from topic to topic kind of thing.
Jumping.
Yeah. But I actually really miss watching myself, like, I don't know, on a big monitor. So I feel like, if I haven't done it in a while, unless I'm just watching my own footage for, like, self-tapes and stuff. But, like, really, like, I don't know. I feel like doing it all the time is a really good thing.
It's actually
self-reflection, and also just getting more comfortable with seeing myself like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's always so important in any career that you have, especially as creators, to keep improving our craft.
Yeah, of course.
And keep updating because there are always new stuff.
Exactly.
So...
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I find that, like, if I don't, try to, like, learn more or, like, take classes or something to, like, improve myself, then... It just like you start to lose it a little bit. It feels stale. Like
it's like a muscle.
Like it does start to feel stale a lot of the time. Like for me, like if I don't work to like now I just feel like now I have to get back into it. Now I'm out of it. Really doing it all the time is really important. But yeah,
it also gives you confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's very important.
And that's how you eliminate that self-doubt.
Yeah, right?
Back around to the
Yeah.
original thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really just knowing. I don't know. It's like, I always say, like, oh, I was about to say, know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing. It's like,
It's
as long as you're
hard.
putting in effort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
do the best that you can
Yeah.
at your capability.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say. Now, I wanted to ask you as the last question.
Okay.
What are the things you're the proudest of?
Mm.
Now that we're talking about self-doubt,
Yeah.
I feel like it's important to recognize one's success when
Yeah.
this happens.
Actually, I'm really proud of, I mean, when I was, like, when we were at film school, I really enjoyed doing, like, a thesis film, like, writing, my own script and then seeing it come to life. I was really proud of myself for that. But but overall, yeah, really getting out of my comfort zone and, like, really going for, actually, I'm so proud of, like, even deciding to go into, because I could have just stayed, like, you know, just in the field of journalism, trying to find different jobs there and try to see what happens. But this is something I really wanted to try. I knew I was going to regret it if I didn't, so I'm actually really proud of myself for going for it. And it was something that, like, you know, I didn't even talk to my parents about it until I got in. Until, like, TFS, I was just like...
Oh, tell me that's so...
Yeah, I was just, I just didn't know. And I'm like, because I didn't want to... I think I may have mentioned to them before a little bit, but then once I actually got in, then I was telling them, like, oh, yeah, I want to do this. And it was, like, literally a month later that I was going to start. So then they're like, okay, but it's like, you know, I guess the timing was pretty good. So they were like, okay, yeah, like, you know, go for it. And yeah, but it was something I just decided all on my own, and I literally just looked it up myself, and then I decided to just go for it on my own. Because, you know, university and everything, it's like kind of there were some expectations to go into university out of high school and stuff like that, and then I would, you know, consult with my parents and do that. But this is just something I just did on my own, and I'm really proud because I met so many people and I got so many new experiences, and so I'm, like, really proud of myself for going for it. No matter, like, how it ends up turning out, but yeah.
Wow.
So no regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Oh, I'm so glad that you decided to make that choice, and you made the choice at the same time as me, and we were on the same.
Exactly.
Like,
what are the odds?
paths crossed.
What are the odds?
Right?
Like a random month in the middle of the year kind of thing that starts like.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Whenever you want. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
and
no problem.
yeah, I'm excited. We made it.
We did it!
Woo!
That's okay.
Cut.